Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I'm bringing to you a Get Ready With Me featuring the top 5 products from the drugstore that I shared with you on Wednesday in my top 5 series. So today I'm going to get ready using those products, showing you those in action, as well as some of my other drugstore favorite products and a mystery that is yet to be unlocked with this foundation. So if that sounds like fun to you, grab a drink, grab a comfy spot on the couch, and let's get into it. All right, party people, we are ready to go. I'm just gonna try and take my time, enjoy myself today, really get into the products for you in terms of my opinions. Most of these I've had for quite a while. And to start off, I used my Coats Face Moisture Lightly Tinted SPF 35 and my Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with avocado, or avocado as my kids like to call it. For primer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've been really loving my Tatcha. This is definitely not the same kind of experience as the Tatcha one, but I do think it's a decent primer. It does do similar things to the Tatcha one. So I'm hoping this primer will help out with the foundation that we're going to use today. The foundation is one that I have not been able to get to work for me. It is not the new Ulta one. It's one I've had for a while. It's the Physicians Formula, what is it? Silk Foundation Elixir. And I kind of have the issue that it likes to sit on top of my skin. And I want to try and solve that today. So while we're waiting for the e.l.f. primer to kind of do its thing, I'm going to go ahead and conceal with the Revlon PhotoReady Candid Concealer. I have mine in 027 Biscuit, or Biscuit as I like to say. We have a whole different language at our house. This was one of my top 5 drugstore products in my top 5 video this week, and I really do. I honestly think this might be the concealer. I know I've said that a lot, but I really am tired of trying concealers. There's only one concealer left that I want to try, and it's the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I would really like to try that. It just feels hydrating. I mean, I put on way too much, but it doesn't look like it at all. I would say this is like a solid medium finish as concealers go, which is about what I am looking for. High coverage concealers, no matter how little I use of them, they're just dry. Dry. Okay, we're ready for foundation. The question is, how do I want to use this? I think what I'll do is go ahead and put this on with my fingers first, and then if I feel like I need to go in with a brush, I might try that, or a sponge, because that's what I'm thinking. That's a pretty good idea, huh, Kyra? Okay, gonna have my brush on a standby. So I have mine in the shade light to medium. Would it be fun to drip this on my face like an Instagrammer? Okay, maybe it's not gonna drop. We'll just go like so, since I'm a lazy person. Obviously, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't just using this on myself. But that was kind of fun, wasn't it? All right, phalanges. I just tend to find with lighter weight or lighter coverage products, I have better luck with my hands. I'm just kind of spreading it out, and then I'm going to really work it into the skin. Allegedly. Oh man, I got a lot of foundation on my lips. Holy moly. We'll fix that in a second. Have any of you used this foundation? Do you love it? How do you use it? Do you have any tips or tricks for me? Let me know. But it still just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. Alright, I'm going to try a little foundation brush here. This is the Sephora Pro Mini Airbrush, I think is what it's called. And I use this thing for all kinds of things, so hopefully this will help us buff in that poor excuse of a foundation. It really bums me out when I'm excited about something that's coming out and then it's a huge disappointment. Really bums me out. It's a little better. I still might go over it with the sponge, which is really going to take away the coverage, but I'd rather take away the coverage than have it look like garbage. Let's just go ahead and go over the skin with this dampish sponge. This is the Juno & Co. sponge. I really like it. And it is drugstore prices. I got a 4-pack on Amazon for very little money. Every day the double chin goes away a little bit more. Alright, definitely not the worst my skin has looked. Definitely not the best. I do feel like maybe the e.l.f. primer helped a little bit though. Ulta Mineral Setting Powder. Verdict's still out on this. I do think it's probably going to be a better fit for my skin in the warmer months. I don't know. We'll find out. It is definitely not one I like under the eyes though. So I'm going to quickly take my number 7 Perfect Light Pressed Powder. This is my holy grail, especially for setting under the eye, and I like to just take it on my finger, my ring finger to be exact, and like start low down here and then just ever so slightly work that powder up. With the warmth of my finger and the fact that there's just the tiniest amount of powder on my finger, I think it does a nice job just setting it down just enough to where it's not tacky, not going to catch eyeshadow or the setting powder that I'm going to use, which is why I set the under eye first. So I'm going to take my big old fluffy Sonia Kashuk powder brush and set the rest of the face. I'm going to try to be frugal with the powder here, just in terms of not wanting to look like a cake face. But hopefully also once we get a setting spray and everything on, it might redeem itself. I do like this Ulta powder though. It is very finely milled. One of the finer milled powders that I've tried. I wished I had another drugstore or affordable option to compare it to, but if I had to compare it to something in my collection, I actually think it's most like the Hourglass loose translucent powder. Just the veil powder is what they call it. Is very, very thin, like almost creamy. It's so finely milled. If you watched my top 5, you saw that again I'm blathering on about the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Bronze It in the shade Light. And I really love this color. I might just spare you my thoughts on this one because I've actually talked it to literal death on my channel lately. Fitness journey update. I am officially down 1 shirt size. To be exact, I went from a 2XL down to a regular old XL. I'm very excited about that. Very, very excited. And it's very hard to admit, you know, where I was at because, you know, nobody wants to be there. I mean, that's why I don't understand when people are so critical of people who struggle with their weight. I'm like, do you think they want to be there? Do you think they want... Being overweight is not fun. It's not comfortable. You don't feel comfortable in your own body. You don't love the clothes that you have to wear because that's what comes in your size. You don't like that you frequently can't buy things off the rack or that you have to go in this you know, hidey hole of a corner in a store where they have this small plus size section. Nobody likes that. Be nice to people. Everybody's on their own journey, and you know, actually some people can't even help it. Some people have medical reasons or even medicines that make it hard to stay at a healthy weight. It's not an excuse, it's a reality. So anyways, small rant and small successes that I'll continue to share with you guys. Hopefully you're not like, oh boy, she's going to become a fitness channel. I am not going to be a fitness channel, I can promise you that. I'm definitely going to speed through this part, but I could not with that Morphe pencil that I've been using. It would just like skip on my hairs and stuff, and I just couldn't. It was too warm. Every single day I absolutely detested what my eyebrows looked like. So I went ahead and busted out my backup NYX MicroBrow pencil, which is my GOAT. Where did this GOAT thing come from? In case you haven't been bombarded by this concept recently, like I have, GOAT stands for greatest of all time. And this is definitely my greatest of all time brow pencil. I love the formula of the ABH Brow Wiz just ever so much slightly more than this one, but I like this one better because it's cheaper, you know? Alright, for blush, we're gonna go in with one of the e.l.f. primer infused blush, and this is the shade Always Cheeky, and we talked about this during the previous video about my top 5 drugstore products, and it does take a little bit of building, but I love the results of these. This, I don't know, just a soft peachy blush, which for me I feel like looks very natural on me. It might look a little clownish at first, but it all settles into my skin and then it looks pretty. Do you guys have any of these primer infused blush? I think this is a real bargain compared to the Buxom ones. And the Buxom, yeah, they have some really pretty shades, but I like this. I really like this, and it really does last on my skin, which is the purpose of a primer infused blush. It's supposed to stay around for longer. This is just my all-time favorite drugstore priced highlighter. It's the Essence Pure Nude Cult Classic, and I was so excited to be able to incorporate it in this video. This is definitely would have been like number 6 in my top 5 the other day, except for I have talked about this quite a bit on my channel, and I was trying, you know, I have lots of favorite drugstores, so I did try to incorporate some of the ones that I don't talk about all the time. But then there was others I absolutely had to include, like the L'Oreal Bronze It. I like this. It's just a soft focus glow. I really like that about it. This is one of the ones that I'll put on over a blush, because a lot of times if it's a little bit stronger of a highlight or something like that, I like to put my blush over top. And I did talk about in my top 5 video for eyeshadow, I love the e.l.f. 618 pan palettes. And this is the Earth and Ocean one. I haven't really gotten to use this since my video where I did some looks with this, which I'll link below. So I'm excited to use this today because it's been a little while, and if you can't tell, we're probably going to do a yellow look. I've been craving to use this shade called Sun Yourself, so coming at you. Just gonna get a big fluffy and go in with this shade right here, which is called Mojave Mummy. And it is the perfect neutral transition in this palette. It's almost like a satin shade, actually, which is cool. I mean, it's fine with me. I actually don't mind a satin, or a shimmer for that matter, but I especially don't mind a satin in the crease. It blends beautifully. It doesn't have enough shine to really show up as a shimmer, but yeah, I just like it. you've never tried a satin in your crease, maybe you should. So how are you guys doing? If you set any 2020 goals or resolutions, like how is that going? Are you reading more books? Are you losing weight? Are you eating healthy still? Like, how's that going? I'm really loving the goals and whatnot that I've set for myself, both for my channel, My Tummies Growling, and for just my personal growth and health. So that's awesome. I mean, it's like if you love the work you do, you'll never work a day in your life, they say. It's the same way, I think, with goals and aspirations. Like, if you set yourself up for success in such a way that you end up enjoying it, you're much more likely to be successful. I think next I'm going to put Fuji Feels on the outer third of the lid and then blend that up in the crease a little bit. I'm going to use my flangey to apply it and then go in with a blending brush. This is like a very cool tone bronzy shade, but it is really pretty. This would be a really pretty one shadow look. Just the whole lid, blend it up in the crease and call it a day. So I'm just going to go in with this little duo fiber brush. Some of the bristles are shorter than the top white ones, and just very gently blend this in the crease without taking it up too far. I really want it to stay in the crease, I just don't want it to be harsh. I think I'm just going to go in with Sun Yourself right here. I love this shade. Go ahead and apply that. Oh, so pretty. Starting on the inner corner of the lid and working my way out, and also pull this up a little bit, lifting the eye, bring it up to meet a little bit with that transition. All right, taking Sun Yourself on the old phalange, starting on the inner part and wiping it, swiping it all the way to the middle of the lid, and then taking a different clean finger to tap over. We used the lightest shade in the palette on the lid, so I think I'm gonna go in with a highlighter for the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in 01 Highlight. This is in my project pan, no pan yet. And I'm going to use this on the inner corner and probably the brow bone too. This is a very light champagne-y color, and I really like it. I love it on the skin. This is not drugstore. Didn't really want my gold Pure Nude highlighter and couldn't think of any other drugstore highlighters that might enhance this look. For my drugstore setting spray, I have the L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist. Sometimes this makes me look oily. We're gonna find out, but I do hope that it helps the base. CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored Mascara. I am loving this. Very, very beautiful. Turning the fan away from me. And I mentioned this in another Get Ready With Me, but it's a very goopy wand, kind of like Superhero, which I dislike strongly about Superhero, but it works with this one. Oh, it's on the face. It's almost a certainty. Whoop. That's okay. That's what Q-tips were made for. Don't worry about the mascara. I'm not gonna forget that it's there. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. My butt hurts. Thank you to yoga and this really uncomfortable dining chair that I sit in to film. That is on my list for 2020. I found the one that I want at Target. It's like $200. I'm like, no. No. It's beautiful. It's definitely my perfect chair. It's definitely a quality product, but I don't want to pay $200 for it. I really don't. There's a good chance that I will get makeup all over it and whatever. But I did see a similar one at Marshall's for about $100, which I could do, but it does have to happen this year because I cannot with this chair. Sometimes I'll film like 3 or 4 videos in one sitting, and by the end I can't even feel my butt. That's not okay. I'm gonna line my lips with the ColourPop BFF2. Technically drugstore in my opinion. They sell it in the drugstore area at Ulta, don't they? That's what I consider drugstore. I don't know why I use such a brown pencil, because the lippy I'm using is a pinky nude. Whatevs. We're having fun. I hope we're having fun. I'm having fun. I just like to sit down and play with makeup and talk to you guys sometimes. Sometimes I don't necessarily need a huge theme to the video other than I just want to get ready with some makeup. So these were in my top 5 in the previous video. These are the Maybelline SuperStay ink crayons, and this is in the shade Lead the Way. Really pretty pinky nude. As I said in the previous video, they have a little sharpener in the end there. I usually don't feel the need. It's a crayon, so it already is smaller and precise. Lips are on. I think I want a little more blush. Let me grab the pink one. This stuff is way more pigmented than the other one. This is the one called Always Rosy. And I just want a little rosy in there to the apples. Woo! That certainly did the trick, didn't it? I like this one, especially with the pinky lip color. Alright. I'm going to go do something with the hair, put on some jewelry, and I will be right back and we'll just briefly visit about some of these products. Alright, one last thing. I would like a little bit of gloss on my lips today. I think it'll help cool the lip look down a little bit as well. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Soft Rose Complete. Drugstore favorite for me. I've been through countless tubes of this already. Ta-da! Yes, that is better. I like that much better. Okay, let's chat. If you are into this very trendy color story, at least it was in 2019, I think pastels are going to be in this year, but beside that, if you're into green, yellow, blue with a smattering of neutral, this is an extremely affordable way to stay in a budget and still experience that trend. Let's see here. The Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. I still don't love it. It worked in better today, so I think I will continue to try it. I'm not gonna like chuck it or anything just yet. I kind of, this is like a mystery that's waiting to be solved. I think I'm gonna try it with a brush next time, like actually buffing it into the skin with a more solid foundation brush. So I'll keep working with that one. And the Ulta Mineral Setting Powder. I think it did a nice job. I think between that and the e.l.f. Putty Primer, the skin looks pretty smooth. I mean, I have pores. I have pores until the end of time. There's nothing that's going to erase my pores and not clog them. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm human. I have pores. That's what the studio lighting is for. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this complete drugstore get ready with me, as well as seeing my top 5 drugstore products in action. The next get ready with me that you will see will be with the new products that I purchased with my February budget. Yep, it's spent. And I purchased my first palette of 6 for 2020, so stay tuned. It'll be coming up soon. I don't have the products in my grubby little hands yet, so when I do, I will do a get ready with me so you can see what I purchased. You can tell me all your thoughts, And until then, thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. I continue to appreciate each and every single one of you that watches my videos, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely stunning, gorgeous, beautiful makeup days, and I will see you in my next video real soon.